and welcome. Welcome to the VON online chat. I'm your host, Narokian, and as our second guest, we have a man, young at heart. You might have seen him around or heard of him, but hey, he's here with us today. Mr. Parseen, please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. My name is Parseen Masikonde. I'm an advocate of the High Court. I am in private practice. My office is in Narok town. Thank you so much.
Narok town. Let me ask, when was it that you knew you wanted to be an advocate, if not a lawyer, an advocate?
I knew I wanted to be an advocate when I was, I think, class 4. That is when I knew that I will be an advocate. I will be a lawyer. And there's a little bit difference between a lawyer and an advocate. An advocate is someone who has been admitted as an advocate of the High Court by signing the roll. A lawyer is a law student who has graduated with a law degree, LLB. So every advocate is a lawyer, but not every lawyer is an advocate.
So the difference is, in layman's language, is a lawyer has a degree in law, but an advocate has gone to Kenya School of Law to get admitted to the bar.
Yes, he or she has undertaken what we call the advocate training program at the Kenya School of Law. Then that person petitions the Chief Justice, and that person is admitted as an advocate of the High Court by signing the roll.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Is there a particular person who inspired you, or what exactly inspired you in class 4 to pursue law, to know that you want to pursue law?
One, I think first, as any kind of a child coming up or trying to focus and knowing what they want in life, you must be inspired by something. Personally, I was inspired by the advocates who are chairmen and very brilliant advocates of those times, who are chairman of Law Society of Kenya. You know, there was a time that the Kenya's Law Society, LSK, was very vibrant, and it was taking the government of those days to toss. So that is what generally inspired me. And we also had Maasai advocates, and those were also the people you would really admire and wished to be like them. So as a child, you form a mentality that this person is my role model. That is what inspired me from the local advocates, the Maasai advocates we had, and how brilliant, the brilliance of the Law Society of Kenya that time.
Okay, yeah. That's interesting. You've spoken about Maasai advocates.
Yes.
I can assume there were not many or less. Which of it was it? Were they many back then when you were growing up, or were they still less?
Yes, that time there were no many Maasai advocates like we are today.
Yeah.
But we had, and I can mention the name, the governor's parent, Honorable Kenta. That is a person I admired in the legal profession, and he served as a role model, and that is a person I really wanted to be like him. Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, you went to do law, you became an advocate. It's almost, is it 5-6 years?
6 years.
6 years of doing this. How has the journey been?
Yes, if I may tell you, I was in Kenya School of Law in 2015. I did my bar exams, I did pupillage, and I was admitted in 2017. Early 2017 as an advocate. I started my law firm, Masikonde and Company Advocates, immediately. I opened my office in town, and I started practice. I can assure you it hasn't been that easy, but at least I made it. I would get friends that we were admitted at the same time who tell me, oh, that probably I am doing well, I'm doing better than them. But I accepted. I thank God. I thank people who have been supporting me because it hasn't been as rough as I thought it would be. So I have got the support of the people closer to me, and my law firm picked up. I got clients, and I made personal and financial and also professional progress. But at that time, I thought I would open an office, and I will not be able to pay the bills, the rent, and the staff. Yes.
You're saying just immediately after law school, you opened your farm. I can imagine how crazy that might seem to some. That's almost ambitious to someone just, after college, you're like, let me go back home, let me set up my law firm. And I remember when you're setting up the law firm, because, I was around where you set it up, and it was so inspiring, but I'm sure there are challenges to it. I can assume that most people who went through, for example, KSL and graduated, they'd think about entering a law firm, becoming partners, or starting as associates, going to partners. But for you, it was setting up my law firm. Tell us about that.
Yes, I agree. One, there are challenges. The first challenge is internal. Internal in the sense that this is a risk you are taking. You don't know if by the end of that month you will even get one client to come to that office. So leaving employment or leaving maybe being employed by another advocate to work for them and setting up your own law firm, taking that risk by itself is a challenge, because from the people we were admitted, probably very few took the step that I took myself. The other big challenge is capital, because if you're setting up an office in urban towns, the landlord would require you to pay rent and deposit and rent for 3 months. That capital is not there. You are just starting. You will have an employee. You will have to buy office furniture. So capital is also another big challenge. Yes.
Will you say you're the youngest lawyer or advocate? My apologies.
Yes.
Advocate in Narok?
Yes. That time in 2017, I think I was the youngest.
Yeah.
But thereafter, now I am a senior because I've practiced for 6 years.
Yes.
And I think that time I was the youngest. But in 2018, 2019, till now, there are young advocates who have come after us. So basically we have others that we are also helping them to how and giving them advices on how to sail in this profession. Yes, so there are others now who are young.
Okay.
But at that time, I think I was the youngest.
Right.
Yes.
There's something I usually see with law firms where it's either they combine 2-3 lawyers to form a big firm and they're partners. And excuse my knowledge, because my knowledge comes from movies, series that I'm exposed to, and these are things that I see. Is that going to be the case with you? Is it the case with you at the moment?
Yes, at the moment, and since I set my law firm, I have been a sole proprietor. I have been a sole proprietor of the law firm, and but I have received several requests of partnerships, which I am considering because the office is growing. I would require more advocates, and I would maybe end up doing a partnership. But so far, I don't have a partnership. I'm in a sole proprietor.
Okay.
I also want to just tell you I was approached by an international Chinese law firm called Fidelity Law. That was around December 2019. They approached me, we did some understanding, some MOU, in which we established a working relation with them. And due to COVID, we haven't yet really actualized it to the end. But we had that MOU with an international Chinese law. Yes.
That's good news, and that's quite an inspiring
Yes.
story.
Yeah.
So I really hope things go well with you in that direction. There's one thing I think I also wanted to touch base with you. The way we see, like for example, crime and cases handled in movies, TV shows, and all. Is it the same in real life?
Yes. I can tell you, the law remains. The law by itself is stagnant.
Yeah.
Stagnant in the sense that the law is written, the law is in the books, but what changes is maybe the facts of how was this crime done, how was it committed, how was it done. Probably I can say maybe in the movies they stage manage it, but also in real life there are some crimes that when the investigating officer, for example, tells you how this crime was committed and how it was planned by the perpetrators of the crime, it is quite related to that one. Yes.
Right. Yeah. I think one common thing I also see is usually lawyers handling pro bonos or public, you call them public litigations. Tell us about it. Or is it something that you commonly see here? Is it something that you've ever practiced or done?
Yes. Pro bono is a situation in which an advocate out of his own volition or maybe a request takes up a matter to just help. One, there is a pro bono program by the government in which an advocate is requested to handle a specific case. For example, one, the Constitution provides that any accused person who is charged with an offense, with a capital offense, a robbery with violence, murder, is represented by an advocate. This advocate is paid for by the state. And also a child, for example, child charged with an offense. That child must be represented by an advocate. And it is the government. They pay quite a small amount of money, but it helps the advocate because the advocate will have helped this accused person, and also the advocate could have built practice because the moment you handle as an advocate a case from the beginning to judgment, then it has really helped you in terms of your practice. So those are pro bono. I have dealt with pro bono cases, those ones done. You are requested by the government, and I have also done those ones that you see someone has a right, but has no, for example, money to follow up on their case, and is being or she is being oppressed by the other litigant, the other party, who has money but has no right over that property or something. So you see this person, maybe she's a widow, maybe these people are orphans, their angle is taking their property. So because of this calling as an advocate, because we normally say an advocate, it is a calling. You just don't wake up and then feel that I want to be an advocate. It is a calling because you see injustices happening in society. You see people being oppressed. So it is a calling. So out of that calling, you come up to help this widow, or to help these orphans, or any other person who is not capable of hiring an advocate. Yes.
That's really interesting. That's wow.
And I can also mention of the public litigation. Public litigations. These are cases that you take up to court because of the public interest. Public interest in the sense that, for example, the government is doing something that affects so many people. So that is public interest. Out of public interest, you take up this case to challenge that illegality, to challenge the procedure. And I have done public litigation cases. The first, there was a case of a municipality. And that case of the municipality, the county government was introducing a levy through the municipal charter on absolutely owned properties. That municipal charter also did not ascertain the boundaries of this municipality. So it didn't say it is from point A to B to C to D. No. It is a municipal charter. Narok is becoming a municipality, and then these facts are not specified. The other thing was there was no public participation done. So out of those things, we challenged the procedure in which this municipal charter is being brought. Yes, which we did. It was reverted back to the county government. We won it. They went back. They removed the levy that they were introducing on absolutely owned property. They defined the boundaries of the municipality, and then they Yes.
That's interesting. That's wow. I didn't know all this happened.
Yes.
In the background.
Yes, they happen.
It's quite interesting.
Yes.
I think I'll have you on the side to talk more about
Thank you.
But then we've spoken about how you started. You started private practice right after school. But allow me to ask you, what are your goals in the next either 5 years or 10 years?
Yes, I have targets. I have targets as an individual. I have targets also as an advocate. My target in the next 5 years is one, to build my farm.
Yes.
To build my farm in terms of professionalism, in terms of legal service delivery, and to expand my law firm, or my legal career. That is in the next maybe 5 years, which is still the process of expansion is always ongoing.
Yes.
So, but I have a very big target. I want to really be this advocate who probably will really help back the community. That is by building myself and also having ways to give back to community. Yes.
Is it still the same goal 10 years from now?
Yes, in 10 years, probably, in 10 years, so many things probably will have changed. Maybe I will not, I'll be doing something else somewhere else. But I don't want to open room for speculation.
No. That's okay. And you've used such a low term.
Yes.
You don't want to open room for speculation.
Yes.